Hello everyone and welcome back to another Corepunk video. Today we're gonna play a fan-made game by Alumio. If you have been active on the Discord, you know Alumio. He's probably the guy who answers every question everyone is asking. He is never sleeping, he is never eating, he is just watching over the Discord channel non-stop. Well, he made his own board game which is inspired by Corepunk. And he actually took some assets from the game and so on, but it's all fan-made, and he's really, trying to live in the Corepunk University into this board game. Me and Boast, we tried a game, 1 versus 1, arena game in this Corepunk board game, which with, you can say, Alumio as helping us with the rules and all that, because basically he's been creating a full rule set, characters, board game. It's a complete board game he have made out of the, you can say, the fascination of Corepunk. Really interesting. He took the spells from Corepunk and so on and the characters, but don't worry, it's fan made, so please, Eugene, don't sue us. It's important to notice this is the first time anyone in the world is playing this board game. We are learning the game, and actually in the end of the video we don't even finish the video. We don't finish the game totally because we used over 2 hours in this game, and in the end me and Boast were like almost sleeping and we were like, let's stop. But I mean, average, I think the game is going to be like 30 minutes to 1 hour when you actually know the rule sets and what to do in the game, but we had to learn everything from scratch, so that's why the game was a bit long. But enjoy the video, enjoy the board game, and if you ever want to try this board game, contact Alumio and you can probably set up a game with him. Throw the dice. It's a free.
Did you guys pick odds or even? Who's odds and who's even? Or are we doing rolling the dice and highest goes first?
Yeah, I assume we just do highest first.
Alright, go with that then.
Suppose you just throw the number 3 one?
Press R. Just like press R on top of the dice. You should be able to roll it. Okay, tiebreaker.
5.
4.
Ah.
So I guess this does give you the decision, Boast, if you want to pick first or if you want to play first.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's how it should be, because it really already starts the strategy going at the very beginning.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick first.
Okay. Just go to the pool and decide. Probably this is the first time you guys are just looking through the cards, so there's a lot to look through. Some of the, as a probably heads up for you guys and for those watching the video, some of the classes do keep their style from the game. Others I needed to tweak them around a little, and like very few, like 1 or 2 potentially, had to change them in a bigger manner due to their kits in the video game not converting properly or in a clean way into the board game format, but most of them should have a similar feel of the video game.
Okay.
I just noticed this, so there are actually 2 of each.
Yes, yeah, that's just in case. It's to make it easier of for the standees to have a different color depending on the player, so that they're easier to identify while in the game. But I will be adding a clarification that this is not 2 of each. This is 2 different standees,
Right.
different versions for 1 hero.
Right. So you have to pick.
Yeah, you'd pick one. You pick a color.
Got it. I'm going with my man Infiltrator.
Okay, you just be able to just grab him and his cards and just move them to your side, and it would go to you, Dvalin, like the next pick.
Yeah, so it's my turn now.
Yes, as a thing, Boast, you can hold left click and then right click below, like on top of each card, to like add them all to a pile. Yeah, and you just probably keep the infiltrator aside. Okay, so
Do I get the
probably
wolf
want the
ticket?
red. Yes, you get that as well. Probably want the red color. And we'll just keep the hero cards off of the pile. And yeah, so we go to the second pick now.
What's this card here? This W?
This is your deck. It's part of your deck. So you need to basically pick 3 more, and that will create your deck.
And that's part of the hero selection?
Yes, you basically pick 3 more heroes. You're both going to be playing with a team of 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys will probably get a feel for the characters and discover them a bit more during the game, but hopefully it will be fun. Okay, so we'll both went with the Blast Medic for a second character. So it's your turn, Dvalin.
I might go with the Paladin.
Hand of the Light. So we move on to the third character pick.
I'm going with my boy NG.
That's one of the characters I'm quite proud of, for lack of a better word, that his kit is a lot more interesting in my opinion, and you'll see after you get a read of it. So that's third character for Engineer, and then third character for the Dvalin being Crusader. The Engineer does have a stat card that we need to keep out. And for the last character for Boast,
Who are you gonna pick?
I have an idea, but I'm just looking at something real quick.
in case you guys haven't noticed, as a general stat distribution, you have the range DPSs and the melee DPSs sharing same level of threat and damage on their stat cards. Just a little variation on their health pools, being the ranged characters being more squishy than melee characters. And then for the healers and the tanks, those have a higher threat value. So while your healers are able to heal your characters, they are also a higher threat, so they're targeted more easily. So you have to do a better job at protecting them if you want to keep pumping out their heals. Okay, so we went with fourth character, Legendary, and a Cleric. So final line out. So if you guys would like to get a full line out description of what you guys have.
Yeah, I have Blast Medic, Infiltrator, Engineer, and Legionary.
Okay, a well-rounded team. So how about yourself, Dvalin?
I'm running with the Shaman, the Hand of the Light, the Crusader, and the Cleric.
Ooh, so like 3 Paladins.
Yeah, Team Paladin.
So all of you guys got your 4 characters. You will put hero cards, the ones with the hero and their stats on them, aside. Then they do not go into your deck. Other than that, any other card with a black card back, you will all put it all together and create your player deck and give it a shuffle. Namely the Shaman for Dvalin and the Engineer for Boast. They both have a stat card for something that for their summons, something that they create. Those do not have a card back, so they stay outside of the deck as they are just instruction cards. Both the Wolf card and the Turret card. Everything else you just group all together. You can do a drag of the box like in an RTS game and then press J, like J of, is it J? J, yeah, goal J, and you would, yeah, you can just let it go, Dvalin, like release it, and then yeah, there we go. After that, you can just spam R a few times on top of the deck, and you just should give you a good shuffle. With that, both of you place your 4 stand-ees on your respective corners. So Dvalin would go there, like would have all of his 4 characters in there, and Boast would have all his 4 in there. Now for us to conclude the setup, you're gonna lay out the 4 stat cards, like in one of your sides. Probably just, I'll zoom in, I'll scale in a few just for better purpose. And you're gonna get their current health values in tokens from the token pool down here. So like the health tokens, you're just gonna get their matching HP, so that you can get the physical touch on their HP, a way to count the HP. HP being the little heart stat icon on the cards, and this being the health tokens. You have 3 different kinds, like the ×1, ×5, and ×10. You just drag it out of the bag, and there it's an infinite bag, so you just can drag as many as you need out of the bag. These bags here.
So for the hero that have 20 health, I need 2 of those called 10.
Yeah, you can do 10, you can do 2 10s, you can do 4 5s, however you see fit. We'll be exchanging the tokens back and forth whenever the health goes up and down, and it needs specific values.
So where would you place them?
You can just place them above the character, below the character, however you want to organize yourself. But it's just so there's a visual way for both you two to see the hero's current health and what they might have. Okay, with that in mind, after you guys finish setting up your health pools, you both would be drawing a card and we would be ready to play. So I guess I'll give you guys a little help. You just drag it out of the bag, Boast. So you left click and drag.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, pretty much to finish all of that. Just missing the infiltrator there. So any effect on your hero's passive abilities that are in the stat cards, different passive abilities, or on your cards, like your skill cards in your decks, that would require do effects or such. We have the glossary here on the corner in the glossary page to describe what the actual keywords do, and respective tokens. There's a visual way to see who's stunned, who's shielded, who etc. etc. As a last thing, before I indeed forgot, is you will both be selecting 8 utility skills from the basically summoner spells like we have in the game, like DNF. You'll be selecting 4 from here. You can choose however you want. There's just a limit of 4 of each type, so you can't have like 8 of the same, but you can have any combination up to 8 cards total without exceeding 4 of a type. So it's these 4 here.
Okay.
They're basic effects. So there's a shield, there's a cleanse, there's a heal, and then there's like a sprint movement like utility.
So we can just take 4.
Yeah, there's 4 piles. There's 8 in each. There's no limit. There's enough for both of you, so you just take whatever combination you want.
How many was it?
8 total. You can only have 4 of a type, so you can't have 8 of the same card.
And they can stack?
Yeah, they go into your deck as well. Yeah, you can stack them.
So
you could have 4 shields and 4 heals if you want. You could have spread out variety. Up to you.
Okay, so I mix them into my deck.
Yeah, you mix them into the deck. Yeah, and
Wow.
then you draw 1 card when you're done.
So I have 24 cards now.
Yeah, so now you draw 1 card and you're ready to start. You can either do hold left click, like a quick left click snap, or just press 1 over it and just one once and wait. So now if I help you here,
Oh.
yeah, because if you press 1 too fast, like you do an 11 basically. You need to like press 1 and hold.
So
We draw one now?
Yeah, just tap 1. Yeah, you draw 1 both. You just tap 1 and you get 1 card.
so what did I do before?
It's your hand. It's the skills you have access to at the moment. It's hidden. This is hidden information. You don't want to let your opponent know what you have. If you're having trouble with it, let me see. If I try to get back.
In the hand is hidden, right?
Yes, the hand is hidden. You just do the 1 again, Dvalin. Tap 1. Yeah, and the hand is hidden from, because if you look at the other opponent's hand, you'll see that it's hidden and you cannot see it. If you guys do not have a pop-up, you can press H to like get a hand like at the bottom of your screen constantly if you don't have it yet. So that you don't have to be constantly scrolling back to the...
That's smart.
Yeah. So with that in mind, whenever you play something, you resolve it and then you discard it. That discard pile is public. So you can, at a higher level, after you play this several more times, you could just look at the opponent's discard and like try and get a judgment of what he can do. With that said, you should go first, Dvalin. And we refer to the actions here if you need a refresher on the rules, and you decide what you do. If you don't know what to do, you can just throw yourself and do a random thing. If you don't know, we're not sure what to do, just take a first step into it.
Okay.
And I guess so we keep this a little bit more entertaining for whoever is watching. We probably should be doing a little bit of a description of what we're doing in our turns, just so it's a bit more active.
Yeah, I just draw. Okay, so yeah, I have 3 actions I can do, and I just draw a card. And I am probably, because I'm only allowed to end my turn with 5 cards. If that's
Yes,
correctly right?
at the end of your turn, if you have more than 5 cards, you would be forced to discard down to 5. But during your turn, you can have more than 5. It's just at the end of it, you will be going back down to 5.
You start with 1 card and then you draw 1 card?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess the one I have here with the Q ability, I can actually use that one right now.
Yeah, if it meets the requirements, you should be able to do it. I can't see it currently.
Oh wait, it says range 0 to
Yeah.
0.
Most of the skill cards would have a range in them, where that skill can only be used either in the square your hero is in. That would be a range 0-0, like 0 minimum, 0 maximum, or there would be 0-1 of 0 minimum and 1 range maximum, being an adjacent square. There's variations around that. So if you do not meet the requirements for the card, you're not able to use it.
Okay, fine. Well, I just drawed 3 cards, so that is my turn.
That is 2 actions because you draw 1 naturally at the start of your turn.
Oh, okay.
So you have 1 more action.
Well, I am going to take one of my characters and move it over here.
Okay, that's Dvalin's turn. And do pay attention to some passive abilities on some characters activate at the end of a turn. Like if you did something at the end of a turn, put a marker, or if you didn't do anything. So just double check if your hero's passive ability does not trigger, which I don't think it's the case for you, Dvalin. I believe 2 of your characters are attack based, and 3 of them are attack based, and 1 of them is skill based. And that's a due point. I think you do need to decide on your passive skill, Boast, before we do forget, since that's at the start of the game. So you do get to decide. I guess we'll do a dice or something, just so we can mark which one you picked. Let's see. While you think of that, I'm going to be attempting to get a marker here of some sort. Stockpile chips. Checker chips. So we'll do that. We have 3 there, and we'll see.
Where's the ore in that?
Oh yes, that should change it with an or, I suppose. I did parentheses based, so like one effect is inside of the parentheses, and then there's a comma, and another effect starts. But that's some good feedback to keep in mind that the game is under playtesting. Basically, it's what we're doing now. So that's good feedback if it does not jump out to you as an or. Be trying to edit that to make it more obvious. But
yeah, either that or because it's you pick one of these 3 potential, right?
Yes, you pick one of those 3 to have
so then you could either do or you could do like 1, 2, and 3, or A, B, C as well.
Okay, yeah, that's a good feedback. Thank you.
Do I state it out loud? And
yeah, it's public information.
Yeah, I will go with the blast heal skill effects.
So that would be, just to give it a marker, so that would be like number 1 basically. So that would be that checker, just a reminder that it's the first skill being selected for both of you. So you're able to remind yourselves what passive does the blast medic actually have this game.
I'll do that.
With that in mind, do continue.
I didn't see, but I may have missed it. Is there stealth?
Yes. Namely your infiltrator, you do need your Q stealth. You do need to get your Q ability to get the stealth.
Okay. I'll wait until we get to that part, and then we can talk about how that works.
With that in mind, 3 actions, and you're free to do whatever you want. So doing 2 move actions. Then,
Yeah, I drew 1 card.
yeah, that's part of your turn, so you do have one more
You
action.
said that. Okay, that's right. I think that's like one thing.
Okay, that's another good feedback then.
Yeah, like to make it real clear that if you go to this, where is it? Yeah, that the draw 1 card from the top of your deck at the start of turn is different from the main phase.
Yeah.
I guess it's clear if you understand that there are 3 phases: the start of turn, the main phase, and then the end phase.
Yeah.
So maybe that doesn't need to be.
I'll just add a clarification on the setup as a just in case, and on the start of turn. I can just add easily a parentheses in it, which wouldn't hurt. So
Yeah, as I
thank you
said
for that.
before, like I think just making it really simple, dumbing it down to the potential player that's gonna have, a hard time with this stuff, I think is who you want to focus on, because people that understand this immediately, they'll just like skip past it, or they'll glaze over it and move on. But I think having it in a really simplified form for the people that might not be familiar with this kind of game, or these type of like phases within
Yes.
your turn, I think it would be really helpful. But okay, so I drew a card, which was the start of turn. The other thing, I guess this is the point of that, is that this is start of turn. So technically,
it's mid-turn now.
Right. So technically, like, you should draw this card first before you do anything else, right?
Yeah.
And it should be really clear, like you do these things and then you go to this. And I guess it is, again, with the fact that these are called different parts of the turn. But just to be real clear that like you don't do any of the main phase stuff until you've already done the start of turn stuff. And then there's no confusion whether or not you've drawn this card or not. Just thoughts as I play. But
no, it's pretty. I appreciate that. I do. Probably you're going to be reaching out to Dvalin. We probably want to edit these pieces out so it's not as stagnant for the people. But I don't know if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's Dvalin's gig, so he can do whatever he wants with it. He's just gonna turn it into a big meme anyway.
Well, as long as he has fun with it, I don't mind. But yeah, just probably thinking of that, we probably should, as a recommendation, for lack of a better word, that we probably should edit these parts out if he's willing to edit it. But yeah, let's resume it. But yeah, I did note down that feedback. Thank you.
Okay, so at any point during my main phase, you can play 1 weapon skill, utility skill from your hand, and resolve it. Okay. Or I could already discard one of these to take an extra action.
Yes, and you do have 1 action left as your 3 basic ones.
Right, but that would be the. Oh, this is separate from that.
What section? Sorry.
So like I still have 1 action.
Yes, this is separate from the act. This does not cost you actions.
Right, so I can at this point I can still draw my card and then I can again discard.
Yes, and it do refer to this rule here that we can't loop of discarding and drawing over and over.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
All right, so we're back to you, Dvalin.
Yep. Okay, let me see. So let's see. Boast, he's going for a very aggressive style with the something.
Very good commentary. I agree. He's pushing forward with the engineer and the legionary.
Can you move diagonally or no?
No, you cannot move diagonally. It is stated in the rules for those wondering.
Oh, okay, so you can't do like duk duk duk.
No.
Okay.
And as a first start of your turn, you do draw a card. Just as a friendly reminder.
Oh yeah, okay. 1.
This will eventually stick.
1,
after
2,
a few
3,
turns.
4, 5 cards now. Perfectly. Oh, what the hell? Okay. So I think this time I'll go a bit more aggressive. And I will... When can I use my wolf token?
You would need... The balance around it is you would need to get to the R ability, the R skill of the shaman.
Ah,
You would need to use that skill to be able to summon it.
okay. Well, what does it happen if I discarded a card?
You get 1 extra action.
Ah, wait. So that means you can... No, wait. Because you made that note, right? You cannot
Yes,
discard cards and
yeah.
use the extra action to draw more cards.
Yes, you get the potential issue of looping through your deck.
Yeah. Okay, so potentially I can remove my shield here, and then I could move a bit one more time. But I haven't used one of my turns yet, so that wouldn't.
Yeah, you have 3 actions, so you don't need to do that yet.
Okay, I'll. I don't think I took any ranges, so I only have melee.
That is true. I'll do some of their skills are ranged, I believe, but you are more limited. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna move the cleric, the shaman, and also the hand of light. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, so just doing a clump approach.
What you got for me?
And discard is its own pile?
Yeah, it's an open pile on the side of the deck, which currently is empty for both sides.
You know what would be cool with the map you have created?
Yes.
It would be cool if you use different terrain for each box.
I did consider that. My first initial thought about the designing the map was like make it a more coherent location, but which like if you do look at it on a further away look, the map does look like it's like one big thing, just like divided by segments.
Mm-hmm.
But I did ponder if doing different terrains would stand out too much, like on design wise, since I am using in-game screenshots to like populate it, and at the time I opted for going with the same theme. But yeah, we see Boast splitting up Infiltrator and Blast Medic to the side. You do have 1 action left, right?
Yeah.
You did draw, so. So Boast using his sprint card, the lovingly named skill name card, since we don't have any names for any skills. So is it the discard? Did you discard it for a draw?
Yeah. So that should be it, right?
Yeah, I'm going to tweak the rule to be like a discard to draw 1 card maximum. So you can do it once, but not because I do think it makes more sense to be able to discard a card to draw 1 once at least. So I'm going to tweak that.
So Boast, this one here is discarded?
Yeah. I mean, you could technically say like in that specific rule, that specific action, instead of saying at any point during your main phase, you may discard 1 card from your hand to take 1 extra action. I see. You're more concerned about the card looping and not multiple extra actions. Got it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's because otherwise you could literally loop through your whole deck on one turn, and that like escaped me, that oversight. So I did tweak it to be you can discard a card to draw one card once. I think that gives a little bit more freedom on cycling, because you are losing a card to be able to do that, but it doesn't let you go through the whole deck in itself.
Did you use all your turns?
I did. It's your turn, my friend.
Thank you.
Back to Dvalin.
Well, I'll draw my card. Interesting.
Now you do have 6 cards, so you might have to use one, or otherwise you will lose a card at the end of the turn.
The hero and every ally in range may perform one move action. I pick you.
So are you using a sprint? Are you?
I'm using a sprint. So that means all my cards now, they can move one more.
Yeah, you literally get one free movement for the selected hero and all the heroes in the same square, like to act upon now.
Well, I am going in war.
So that is 2 movements, just to be aware.
Well, didn't you say I get one free and then I can move? Oh.
So that, yeah, you would be consuming an action point, just so you are aware.
Oh,
you get one free movement for like every person in the affected area.
Yeah, okay, so I can move like... Okay, wait, so this is like free.
Yeah, so that's free. That's the card effect.
Okay, and you cannot attack, just like attack, you need spells to attack, right?
With the current skill set, with the current rule set, melee characters need to be in the same space as the enemy to be able to use an attack action.
Yeah, but I mean,
basic attack action.
But I mean, if I don't have an attack card, I can't attack.
You can attack. You can do a default attack with your attack stat. It's one of the attack actions here. Using a card is not an attack action. Is a skill effect. It's using a skill. You're doing an auto attack basically.
So can I auto attack and use a spell at the same time?
Yes, you are only limited with the current rule set that one character, unless stated otherwise by a skill, can only do one attack action, being one auto attack per turn.
Okay. Well, clearing at the end of the enemy turn should. Okay, I am going to. So that means I have 2 turns now.
3 actions, because this does not consume an action. Playing a card does not consume an action. It's free. And I just put it on the discard for you.
Oh yeah, so we have like my deck here and
yeah.
There we go. Okay, yeah.
You just hold that. You just do a hold, like a left click hold. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that means I have 3 turns right now. Okay.
3 actions, yes.
So okay, so see here what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna use this one here, which is a shield.
Currently, you can only use one skill a turn.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna.
This might change. This is one of the things that might change after playtesting if you guys feel that it felt not good, but we will see.
Oh, I throw the card over the table.
Just take another one.
Oh wait, it's here. It's here.
Oh, yeah. Just drop it on the floor and press 1 on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I cannot.
It is one of the things that might change after some feedback. The number of skills usage that can be done on a turn.
Okay. So shield to clear on ally. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am gonna shield my Hand of Light, then move him and use one of his attack spells.
So you're just gonna do. You use the skill this turn already, so you can only do basic attack actions now. You can only do basic actions now if you look here on the rules. So you did this part. which has a current limit of 1 skill a turn, which again might change after feedback, but the current rule set is 1 skill a turn.
So 1.
So now you have 3 of these to do.
Okay, so if I use a shield, I cannot use after that attack spell.
Yeah, it's basically if you use one of your cards for its effect, you cannot use a second one on the same turn unless a skill effect states otherwise.
Okay, well then I'm gonna do something else. I will use 1 movement to move Hand of Light. I am going to use this one here, which is dealing 2 damage to all enemies in here.
Yeah.
And then I am going to draw. Wait, can I do a basic attack now?
Yeah, because you have 2 actions left since you only did 1 movement that consumed 1 action point. You used a utility skill at the start, and then you're using your 1 weapon skill, which I think I should clarify there. I think that's not what's currently there, but
So my skill I'm using here is also not using a turn.
yes, playing cards does not consume action points.
Okay. So using that one to deal 2 damage to both of these, and then can I then do 2 basic attacks?
You can only do 1 basic attack with each character per turn.
Okay.
So you can only attack once.
Well then I am wait, I need to see what threat level this one has. It has 2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this one in.
The threat level is for the attacks is for the enemies. So in this case, you would be targeting the legionary because it has more threat level than the engineer.
Yeah, but I'm moving in my crusader. So when he attacks back, he has to attack this one.
That's correct. Yes.
And then I have 1 last turn back where I'm gonna. Oof.
Okay, so just if we resolve the card basically, so we're doing the Hand of Light Q, so that would be doing 2 damage to each of these. So the legionary has an armor of 1, so he only takes 1 damage, and the engineer takes 2. So if we update those totals.
So because he has 1 armor, he always take one.
Yeah, it reduces 1 damage from like every hit.
Wow.
So I'm just doing the update for Boast. So that's that, and then this one turns into 4.
We need a slider or something.
I could just do that. I'm just gonna do that after we finish resolving this. It does apply vulnerable, so if you guys can go get the respective token and you mark the people, it just has a setup for it while I do get out the.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay, so
yeah,
this one.
I need that on mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be basically. I think they're big enough for you to put under the characters, so it's more like you can. It's a visual thing right away.
Probably needs to be a bit bigger.
Yeah, you can right click and scale it if you need to, or just place it like on the corners and such. Like if you do like that, that's pretty good enough, and like and such.
And what did
I'm feeling vulnerable.
See what you did there.
What was it vulnerable did?
Yes, you can look in the glossary and have a read up of what that does.
Here, every source of damage taken by the affected hero gets plus X amount. So that means if I deal 2 damage, it will deal additional 2 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
So that is stacking with your passive. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, just moving this a little bit forward.
My passive is kinda for the Crusader. It says discard the and stun.
Do you not read? You do not have the first part. When attacking an enemy, place 1 mark on their hero card.
And then it says, when an enemy has 5 marks,
Yeah, so you
discard.
currently put 1 mark on them. So you need to apply 4 more to be able to stun it.
I see.
Yeah? So I guess we'll just tie that mark to this as a reminder. And the Legionary gets an A. Just so we remind ourselves what that mark is. Yeah? Is it making sense?
Wait, why did you put an A?
It's so you know that what is in there, the mark that's in there is your mark. It's a way to track which mark is what for each character.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that way you can track who has the Crusader marks on them and such, because you'll know which mark is what.
But I haven't marked anyone yet.
You attacked the Legionary, didn't you? Didn't you attack with the Didn't you attack with the Crusader, or was it with the Hand of Light?
Well, I actually attacked with Hand of Light.
Oh, okay. So it's the Hand of Light that does the attack.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your effect? Does your effect of the Hand of Light trigger?
After using Hand of the Light skill, +2 to the next attack and heal. And heal
To
to
yourself.
self.
Okay, so since you're at max HP, your heal doesn't trigger. But you do get a nice combo. So you get an attack of 2, plus your passive, that's an extra 2. So 4, with a vulnerable 2. So you're hitting for 6 on the -1 for the armor. So you're dealing 5 damage. Yeah? Sounds good?
Yeah, so first he lost 1 from
the ability, from your Q.
and
From your card.
yeah, and then 4.
And then your card, your ability gave you the buff, and then you smacked him with a basic attack after consuming the buff.
Yeah.
And stacking with the vulnerable state that he was in.
Okay, so how much?
Yeah.
How much is that?
That is 6 damage total by adding up everything, and he has 1 armor, so that would be 5 damage. Yeah. Is it making sense for you guys? Is it sticking?
Not yet, but I think it's not like it's unclear.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like getting through a few rounds.
Yeah.
I think a good practice is when we play a skill, we fully resolve that skill, as in we reduce health values and apply debuffs and such before we continue with other actions. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it just has a lot of depth to it. And it
Yeah,
has a lot of,
I completely agree.
Yeah, possible like combo possibilities, as we just saw.
With that then, since stated by your card, is your turn ended, Dvalin? Sorry?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so at the end of the turn, the vulnerable effects go away, as stated by your card, your skill card, where it came from. And we would go to Boast.
Can we have like a card at the person who has his turn?
Yes, I can do that.
Like something showing that this is the guy, and when I'm done, I can like give it to Boast.
Yes. So turns on. It's on Boast, so you should have a button, like when it's your turn, you should have a button at the top of your screen saying end turn.
Yep, I see it.
Boast, are you comfortable with me commenting your turn, or do you want to speak on your turn, describing what you're doing, or I'm not sure if I'm overstepping you?
No, you're fine. It's great.
That way you can just be relaxing.
Yeah, I appreciate the hand holding. I really like. It's not a negative thing. It's just it's a lot. I think it really takes like a deep dive into it and some repetition.
It's perfectly normal. It's in my mind, it's a style of you need to play a few games to actually get the combo-y feeling under your wing.
Yeah, there's just so many possibilities, so many options of what you can do. And I really didn't read through the whole.
That's perfectly fine. We just for the viewers to be aware, we are recording this at like 11 midnight around there, after like a hard days of work for all of us. So we are all mentally affected a bit.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna play. So I draw a card.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play a card.
Okay. Oh, so we're doing a toss. So who are you targeting?
So this would
knockback, meaning the target that you select is moves one space away from the legionary, and so you either pick an ally or an enemy to be the knocked back, and then you do the following.
Right,
part.
and then it would get knocked straight back into the other square.
Yes, you would
And
move
then-
one space away from the legionary.
And then the cleric and the other one in there would then suffer the effects of the.
Yes.
I have R as my push to talk because I like it there, but it's very inconvenient in this.
Yeah, you should be able to toggle it off on like through the menu, and you go config.
No, I have it in Discord.
Yeah, I mean in the tabletop, you should be able to go menu at the top, configuration, controls, and rebind the.
I like the R on there though. I'm used to it, so it's
the
a bit
usual
of a-
reload feeling.
Yeah, it's a conflict. All right.
But yes, what you described is what should happen for the skill resolution.
Okay, I will knock back the Crusader.
Okay, so he is knocked back into the enemies, I assume.
Yeah.
So we do, resolving the card, we do deal 2 damage to everyone involved in the collision, enemies on the enemy side. So that would be 2 damage for the Crusader, the Cleric, and the Shaman. So we should update the health values, and I believe the Crusader has 1 armor, so that damage is reduced by 1. Yeah, so the Dvalin's updating the health values on the affected people. With that in mind, they also all get stunned, which is inconvenient for Dvalin.
Well, is that only that turn, or how long?
Yeah, it's until the start of Boast's next turn. So basically, your 3 guys are incapacitated unless you have a way of cleansing them. So yeah, that's that skill resolved. So it's back to you, Boast.
The Q, E, R skills, you can also only use one of these per turn?
Yes, I think I might need to clarify it on the rulebook, but on your turn, you can use 1 weapon skill and 1 utility skill.
Yeah,
with
like
the current
one heal
rulebook.
and 1 attack ish. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, so you can use 1 QWER and 1 DF. In this case, it's the card without a number, without a letter.
Summon a spell.
How does the cleanse work if the effect is already removed? Are there some that last over multiple turns?
Cleanse just removes any negative effects on the character being cleansed.
Right, but like for example,
It doesn't have any prevention of getting.
No, that's not what I mean. Like for example, I had vulnerable, for example, right?
Yeah, you mean using at that time?
But I can use it like, because it's as soon as it's my turn, these were removed.
Yes.
So then when would I actually
I
use it?
believe cleanse has a reactive keyword, meaning you can use it on the opponent's turn.
Got it. Yeah, you're okay. I see. Cool. So anything that's reactive is
Yes.
something that can. Okay.
And again, for the people watching the video, that's all listed on the glossary in the rulebook at the last page. Yeah, with that in mind, you still have 3 actions to go through, and you're able to use 1 utility skill if you so wish.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to line up this play here.
You're lost.
Some tense strategizing into how to combo this in a better way.
I want to discard.
Yep.
And that gives an extra.
Yeah, so you should have 4 actions currently. 4 action points that you could spend on moving or doing an auto attack.
So could he basically attack me 4 times with engineer?
No, that goes back to the limit that we discussed earlier, where one character can only do an attack action, basically an auto attack,
Okay.
once per turn, unless the skill states otherwise.
Okay.
So he's just splitting the blast medic into the back and the infiltrator attempting a flank. So 2 actions left.
So I can heal, right?
Yep, you're performing a healing attack.
Yeah, on the legionary.
Yep. And as per the rules, the healing attack ignores all armor and threat levels. It's a direct heal.
How much?
So it's a value of 2
Oh, it's right there on the card. 2 plus the 1, right?
plus the...
Because I picked.
Yes.
Okay.
No, sorry, it's skill effect, pardon. So it's your
skill
skills.
effect. So
Yes.
it doesn't count to this. So this is
Yeah.
just +2.
Currently, that's the current wording, yes.
Okay.
So that would be a direct heal of 2 on Legionary. So you have one action left.
Okay. And you can't move twice with the same.
You can
skill,
move
right?
as much as you want, as you have actions to spend.
Okay. Okay.
We're moving that infiltrator in.
Okay. Guess it's my turn.
If he does not want to discard cards to do anything else, yes, that should be his turn. So it's up to him, up to Boast.
I can Sorry, I can't. I can discard to do auto attacks, right?
Yes, because you get 1 action point to consume stuff.
And when it says +2 to infiltrator attack action when ally is
Yeah,
in,
I mean, yes.
This is the basic attack,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So you attack with 4 in this situation since you have an ally there supporting you.
Okay.
So you're performing an attack with 4 damage towards the Hand of the Light. So Dvalin, your Hand of the Light is hit for 4. Okay. You are discarding to attack with someone else, or you?
Yeah, sorry, thinking about it, but so 2, 1. Once per turn, you may discard 3 marks. So you have to build up the marks,
Yes.
and then you can discard them. Yeah.
Yes, he does have skills that allow him to like spawn. The engineer does have skills that allow him to spawn turrets,
Right.
like through other effects. But his main method is through auto attacking.
Okay. So that's it then, right? If I don't discard a card to get another action, then my
That's your
turn's
turn.
over.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, so it's up to you, Dvalin.
Mm.
So you have 3 stunned characters because you were not aware that could be a thing. That's the thing with first game. But unless you have a cleanse ability, your only movable character, activatable character this turn is the Hand of the Light.
Can I summon a wolf?
Your shaman is currently stunned, which means it cannot do anything unless you cleanse it. It's unfortunate, but it is the way the cookie crumbles.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cleanse.
Well, he has a cleanse. So that's a stun gone.
And then, so how much is my wolf worth? Wolf instruction starts in play. The wolf spawns with half of the shaman's current health, round down. The wolf will always repeat the shaman's move and attack actions. If the target and the wolf's attack is branded, discard the brand, heal to the shaman and taunt enemy.
Does that make sense to you? It basically reciprocates the...
Yeah, it does all the same things as the shaman.
Yeah.
But how much health does it have?
It says at the top. It spawns, when you spawn it, it spawns with half of the shaman's current health.
Oh, so it's going to have the half of 18?
9. Yeah, 9 HP.
Holy. That's a lot.
Yeah, do be aware that he does have a threat level of 2. So he
Yes.
will be like easy to kill with through auto attack actions.
Okay. Can you spawn
But
one
it
more?
does give you a... Yeah, so that I'm going to spawn you a counter.
Yeah. There you go.
And I think it might be a need to explain it, but you are able to move the wolf to different places and target different people. It just means that when the shaman does a move action, the wolf does a move action. The shaman does an attack action, the wolf does an attack action, but they can be to like different targets, be in different places and such.
So when I move this way, it could basically move this way.
Yes, they're not tied together. It just means that the actions of the wolf depend on the actions of the shaman.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move in here. And my wolf
Yeah,
was...
that's free. So that's 2 actions left.
Yeah, because that's only one action, right?
Yes.
And then I am going to... Let me just quickly look through my spells.
So currently you used
I used this
weapon
one.
skill, and you use the... Oh yeah, use that one. Correct.
But did I use a weapon skill?
Yes, you summoned the wolf.
Oh, okay, yes. Cool, and I used the cleanse, so that means I only have auto attack.
Yeah.
So I am going to auto attack. It's
In this case, you'd be the legionary being hit, because it does have the tank in there.
So that means if my wolf attacks the legionary, it doesn't deal any damage?
Yes.
Because
Do remind yourself, you can run past it, and this is probably something bad against Boast, and this might be something I need to state on the rulebook, but you're not locked in place into the fight. So both Boast and Dvalin can run past a front line to try and get to the back line.
So I could basically go back and kill the healer.
Yes.
Okay. But I have 2 movements back, so that would require a lot.
You have 2 actions, so that would require spending one more action to move.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move down here. Take my Wolfie with me.
Okay, you have one action left.
Then I'm gonna do attack like poof. And again, poof.
So that is
3 damage.
3 damage. Yeah.
Okay, I will play a reactive card. Yeah?
Yep, that's correct. And you would heal for 3, so he's going to heal all the damage back. But I do believe you do get a stack, Dvalin, on your shaman.
Yeah, my shaman has every attack, place 1 mark up to 3 on the hero card and marks shamans +2 to next action. Brand the target and remove all marks of the shaman.
I am going to give you a little counter here on a different color so you can count the marks better. There you go. And that should be at 1.
Okay.
And okay, that's your turn unless you discard cards to do something else.
Well, I am going to discard. Well, discard a shield.
Okay. And what will you do with your extra action?
I will attack the legionary with attack.
So you're doing a Hand of the Light attack with 2 damage, so that does deal 1 to the legionary.
Yeah.
You can probably see like the tanks how they get attacked more often, but they're sturdier. That you do need to like do a proper combo or setup to bring them down faster.
Yeah.
So that's your turn. Whenever you finish with it, just hit end turn, and we'll move on to Boast. At the top of your screen, you should have a little button. You dead, Dvalin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but at the top of your screen, you should have an end turn button. Okay, I'm gonna send this back to Boast, and it's your turn. So start by drawing a card as the start of your turn, and 3 actions to resolve.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna play a. Go ahead, Dvalin.
I was just saying, I think the average time of this game is going to be like minimum 1 hour.
On a first playthrough, I would probably agree. I do think it will be a lot faster once people actually know the rules. And it's just like you sit down and you play through it faster, because there aren't really that many things you can do a turn to overwhelm you too much. I think there are like enough limitation on it to make your decisions a bit tighter.
Yeah, so it's like right now we're overthinking.
Yes, because you don't know what the cards do. You're reading the cards. You don't know what the other person does, etc., etc. But once like you actually know the things, then it's faster. You play through it faster.
Okay.
It's perfectly normal how this is going right now for a game of this type. Okay, this is your first introduction to it. You have no idea of who does what. You only have a brief understanding from the video game skills, but that doesn't necessarily translate 1-to-1 to this version.
Yeah, Boast, you can go.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
He is tacticizing.
So if I play 1 ability card, and then I discard a card, I can't play another ability card, right?
No. Discarding card doesn't affect playing cards, but per turn you can only play 1 weapon skill, which is the QWER, and 1 utility skill. So that's the current rule set.
Okay, and reactive to shield would mean that like you would pop the shield just before the damage is done.
Reactive, yeah. Reactive is basically you can use it at the on the opponent's turn, and you just say, I'm going to attack you, and you're like, oh, okay, I use this instead. Use this then to add a shield.
Okay, so I'm going to play this one.
Okay, so we do having a legendary hit of the Q.
Oh, I see. That's a Legion. Got it.
Yes, it's a legionary one.
Okay.
You could
Can
move
I-
the legionary up to your blast medic and you push the shaman back, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I screwed that up. I meant to.
I mean, while learning on this,
Yeah.
there's no new information for me. I don't know. It's depending on Dvalin, you could redo it.
Can
So
I take it back, Dvalin?
No. Yes, you can.
All right. So yeah, I'll move first, and then pop it to hit the knockback and 2 damage to the. It's to
Both
the
of them.
wolf and
Yeah.
to the. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Taking 2 health off the both.
Yep. And then they would both be knocked back into either this square or this square, and they would both take vulnerable 1.
And is that my like discretion where they're knocked back to?
Yes.
Okay, I would knock them into the occupied square
Okay.
with the. Yeah.
Both go in, and they are both vulnerable for current understanding. So we have 2 actions left.
Okay, I'm gonna attack with the infiltrator.
Okay. In this case, you do have the option of who you're. Oh no, you do have the wolf in there first. The wolf has a higher threat, so you would be hitting the wolf.
Okay, so it's 4 to the
4.
wolf.
4 plus a vulnerable, so 5 on the wolf. Yeah, and these stuns, yeah, you are correct about these stuns are gone because it's the start of Boast's turn. But yeah, the wolf does take 5 damage. Dvalin. And I should add a marker here for you, so you do know that you can heal the wolf back if it survives. But yeah, you have 1 action left, Boast.
I will attack with the engineer on the wolf.
Okay, I guess it's not surviving. Okay, so that means wolf is dead, unless you have some reactive thing. But I don't like you heal or shield.
And is there just 1 wolf card in the?
Yes, there's 1. So basically, you got
1
rid of
for
the.
every ability.
Basically, you got rid of the power of the shaman.
Okay.
Currently, because he's built revolving around the wolf.
Okay, so
and
that means I can throw reactive now.
Yeah, if you have a reactive, you could throw it. So yeah, so he does shield 3 damage, which is all of the damage that the engineer would do.
Why does it? Oh yeah, because
you were vulnerable. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so shield comes, shield goes off.
Yes.
What comes around, goes around. Okay.
So he's on 3 HP, and I'm just gonna mark here like it's max HP, so you know you can heal him back up.
Yep.
And I get a mark, right?
Yes, you do get a mark on it, so I'm gonna give you a counter to make it easier. You get a counter in there. And is that the end of your turn, Boast?
I believe so.
Okay, so these vulnerables go away. And it's the Dvalin's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna heal my little wolf.
Okay, so we got a heal of 3.
Okay, then I have 3 turns. Oh, he moved the tank away. Let's see who has more. The engineer only has 18 health. Okay. And I can deal 2 damage with the shaman, 1 with the wolf, so that's 3. Hand of the light is 2, so that means I can basically deal 5 damage to the engineer. And still drawing 1 card. Wait, shield, blah 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 blah. That's a shitty card. Yeah, so I can like one attack, 2 attacks, 1 move, but then like discard this card, so I can like. Okay, so I'm gonna move the Crusader.
That's 2 actions left. Have you discarded the card already?
Yeah, I discarded it.
Okay, so 3 actions left.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attack first with the wolf and the shaman. That's 3 damage to the engineer.
Get shielded. It's reactive.
Oh, okay. Okay. Did you just use the shield?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You do get your brand though. You do get your mark still.
Okay. So boom, 1 mark. And I need 3 marks to work. Okay. Then my Hand of the Light and Crusader is attacking both. So that's 3 damage to the engineer.
Okay. And you do get a Crusader mark on. I'm gonna take out the A marks. So engineer, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a more reduced small version. So there you go.
So what? So that mark, if I get 5 marks on him,
Yeah.
what happens then?
Basically the mark get removed and it's a stun.
Okay.
Basically. That I am seeing that number will probably change, will probably be brought down, but we will see.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me because I have no cards to discard.
I think Boast updated the health value, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I watched him.
Yeah. So now you pushed through your resources. So now you do not have cards in hand. What will Boast do? I am debating of how the game is potentially going. That I will be adding, changing a rule of when you run out of cards that you don't shuffle your deck. I'll probably change that so that you can shuffle your deck again, because so that it doesn't like run out of steam the game. Because I do think that the values have been quite well so far in length.
Okay, so I'm going to. Oh no, wait. This changes because he's got some tanky characters in here, right?
Yeah, he has a Crusader in there with a threat level of 2. So unless you have skills, use skills, your auto attack actions would hit the Crusader. Or you could go past this front line and try and hit the Cleric. Up to you.
Okay, what's the wolf have?
Also, yeah, that's a good point. The wolf has the bottom HP, so that is 6 HP, and it does have a threat level of 2. It does not have any special actions.
So
you can attack you can auto attack either the Crusader or the wolf.
And I can choose, right? Because
Yes.
they have the same.
Yeah, they have the same threat level.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the wolf with my engineer and my infiltrator. So this is 6 damage.
So that we got 6 damage. So I think that's your wolf wind poof, Dvalin.
You make it a mark for my engineer.
Yes. So we'll put the wolf aside. We'll just keep the card there because don't flick it around. And yeah, so that's 2 actions. You have 1 action left.
Okay, and then fuck. I fucked up again. God damn it. It's okay. I won't do it again this time, but I see like the play there for like another time, and it's really cool. I'll just explain it for the sake of what I wanted to do, since we're having a test. So I have the skill name is the R skill for the infiltrator. So
Yes.
deal 2 piercing damage to every enemy. So rather than attacking with him, I should have played that card, and then so I would have attacked with the engineer first to take the wolf. No, it doesn't work because the infiltrator has the bonus, so it would have been 4.
Yeah, you would attack with infiltrator first, and then you would do the chain of execution.
Then do the execution, and then that applies to everyone, and then I
Yeah.
would be able to do it again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be like a nice AoE chunk.
That's a big miss, but that's okay. All right. In that case, then I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to use this card.
So we do a big chunk in there, and if he wanted, he could have jumped into the cleric from there.
After, or what do you mean? Oh, I see. Wait.
Yeah. You could have done the jump there. I do need to add
range 0 to 1. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do notice now that something missing in there. I should add the description that your character moves to the location.
That's okay. I would stay here because I
Yeah.
deal it to every enemy, right? So it's
Yeah.
And then does he also get the infiltrator attack action?
No, that is
Okay.
for an attack action, not a skill usage.
Got it.
So it basically, Shaman, Hand of the Light, and Crusader take 2 damage each.
Okay.
Piercing damage. So Dvalin, if you want to do the honors.
Yep. So,
Yeah, that's a big miss, but that's cool. That's cool that there's stuff like that in there.
So what did you say? -2 to Shaman, Hand of Light, and then 1 Crusader?
To the Crusader because it's piercing damage, so it ignores armor.
Oh.
So each of them takes 2 damage. Slowly getting peeled down. Do remind yourself that the cleric does have a healing attack action. It's just melee compared to the blast medic's ranged one.
I think what would be helpful for me, but maybe you don't need this later because we're faster and we understand, is just like how many like moves action I've completed, like a little.
Yeah, I can just add it here for the sake of convenience for the current time being, but yeah.
I think I'm done, but
you have 1 action left because you did 2 attack actions and you used the card.
Got it. Okay, so then that said, then I can use infiltrator attack action, right?
You attacked with him already once, so you cannot attack with him again. Do an attack action.
And I attacked with. Oh, but I can do a heal action, right, with the medic?
Yes, you can do.
Okay.
And target whoever you want.
So I would target the engineer.
Okay, so that would be a heal of 2 on the engineer.
+1, right?
No, that is only for skill effects.
Skill effects. Yeah. You and your rules, man.
Be too strong if that's the only healer that can heal for more.
Fair enough. So 2 +2 on the engineer?
Yes, correct. And that's your last action here. You have your counter here for next time. You can use it to count. And I'll do one for the Dvalin as well, for just if you want. That Dvalin, you draw your first card at the start of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your counter here in case you want a visual aid of how many actions you have.
Yep. Mark 1 enemy until the end of your turn, +2 piercing damage to every damaging effect the marked enemy receives. Huh?
If you have a doubt, I can explain. explain it. This is just a testing game for demonstration purposes. So it's good to explain some scenarios you might not understand.
Well, until the end of your turn, +2 piercing damage to every damaging effect the marked enemy receives. So that means every damage this marked person gets, he gets +2 piercing damage.
Yes, so that means someone that has that mark on them, if you attack them with 2, it would get 2 extra damage that would ignore armor. So you would always do 2 damage minimum.
Wait,
You get what I
wait.
Yeah?
So that means I can mark his engineer, then I can deal attack with all my 3 characters?
Yes, it would be a big chunk.
Holy shit. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna throw this one, and I'm marking the engineer.
Okay, so
So
we
that
do know like who's who, so we don't need to actually mark it. But
yeah, so I'm attacking with my shaman, so that's 4 damage.
yeah, so so it's 2 damage that goes against armor, but the engineer has no armor, and then 2 extra.
Yeah, so 4
That's 4
there,
damage.
then 4 damage from Hand of the Light, and then 2 damage from Crusader, so that's 6 damage.
6 damage. 8 damage.
Oh, sorry, 8 damage.
your-
Yeah.
Your Hand of the Light, because you use the Hand of the Light skill, it gets +2 to its next attack and heals 2.
Wait. Then it no wait. Isn't it then 10? It's 4, 8, then +2.
So it's 4 shaman. It's 6 Hand of the Light.
So that's
and
10.
it's 2.
Yeah, so it's 12 damage to the engineer.
No. How is it 12? Pardon.
Wait. So it's 4 from the shaman, 4 from Hand of the Light. Actually, 6 from Hand of the Light.
Yeah, that's 10.
That's 10. Then 2 from the Crusader.
That's 3 from the Crusader. So that's 13.
Oh,
Yes.
wait. Why?
Because it's 1 of his attack and then the 2 extra from the mark.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Okay, yeah. I was just doubling it. Okay, yeah. 13 damage to engineer.
Okay, it is the true damage skill to debuff someone. And your Hand of the Light does heal 2. You do heal for 2 on your Hand of the Light
Oh. So
because of your passive ability.
So
13 damage?
Yes, correct. And your Shaman also gets 1 mark. So your Shaman has his next auto attack charged for...
So it deals 4 damage.
Yeah, he will do 4 damage and he will brand someone, which will make the Shaman's skills do extra effects.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, that was a big chunk. How do you feel, Boast?
Yeah, it's all right. Just one little.
It's a flesh wound.
Engineers are always, getting focused like this. I feel it. It's all
So that
good.
was your 3 actions. So that is back to you, Boast. Dvalin has no other thing he can do. Dvalin is fully open without options. How will this play out? Do remember that you guys can look through the opponent's discard pile to see what abilities have been used, so you can get a rough understanding from the video game skills of what capabilities still left in the deck for the opponent.
Okay, I'm gonna play this.
So we do get the Blast Medic E ability. So we do get a little mark. You can pick any letter you want from there. The little baggies. Just reduce that for space purposes. and we'll connect that mark to the blast medic for reference. Okay, so Dvalin, this is what's going on. We can keep the card out here just since it's a next effect turn. So this is what's happening, Dvalin. So Boast marked the target square, and on his next turn, he may move his discard the mark and move his blast medic for free to the location. If he does, he would be stunning everyone in the location and healing every ally. So you see he's setting up something.
Quick question again on the drawing cards. So you draw a card at the start of the turn, and then in the main phase you can draw another card, right?
The main phase, you can use as many actions as you have to draw cards.
Got it.
With this exception rule that was added.
Got it. Okay.
So you do have 3 actions. And remember, you can still attack with the blast medic and do things with the blast medic. You could even move him away, do whatever you want.
Right. Okay.
So he does retreat with the engineer.
Heal for 3.
2.
Skill effects thing, right?
Yeah, skill effects.
Sneaky.
To get a heal of 2 of the engineer, so I'll mark that for you.
Yeah.
That's 1 more action, yep.
And what do we got here? What are their help?
So Shaman is primed and ready to do his passive skill. That's something to be aware of. The Hand of the Light, not really much he does without skills. Cleric has not participated at all so far, and Crusader needs to hit you to do things.
And I'm going to discard a card.
Yes.
And I will move. Can I move someone I've already moved, or no?
Yes. You can move character as many times as you wish.
Okay.
So he does slither away with that engineer. So, Dvalin, it's back to you. What will you do? Will you recoup your strength this turn, preparing for a bigger one? Will you chase that kill? What were you thinking?
Okay.
Dvalin in his thought processes.
So that means my shaman next time is dealing 4 damage.
And he's branding the target, which will give you more effects on your shaman skills towards that target.
Yeah, and my Hand of the Light is dealing 2 damage. That means I am going to discard this one.
So discarding your Hand of the Light W.
Yeah, because then I have 4 moves now.
Yes, you have 4 actions now.
Which means I am going to move this one over.
That's 2 actions consumed.
Oh, wait.
Want to turn back something?
Because now I'm failing, because then I move both over and then they will have nothing to do.
Yes, if you move 2, that would be the case, yeah.
Yeah. I was like thinking smart that now I could move and then destroy, but that's not the case here. So like Boast is used, I'm gonna use my revert card.
Yeah, you fine with that, Boast?
Yeah.
So you do have 3 actions, and I guess suppose if you want to discard that card still or not.
Let's just keep it for now. Let me just very quickly see. Okay. So we have like this guy there, which 20 health, 15, 20. You have the legionary all there. This one deals 2 damage. Hey, wait,
You're
no.
aware that the Blast Medic has the same threat level as the Legionary.
Wait. That means I can move this guy over there, use 1, 2, then use my spell to deal 2 damage. Then my hero is dealing 4 damage, and then the engineer is dead.
Oh, we have our first casualty here.
I see. Okay. So one using 1 point, 2 points, then throwing this card here, which deals 2 damage to the engineer, then attacking with 2 damage.
So if we resolve this first, we do deal 2 damage to the engineer, and it does have more effects. So you do target.
It shields myself.
You do also target 1 adjacent square, so you're also hitting those 2 for 2.
Oh, okay, it also goes that way. Okay. So it heal. Okay, so also the Blast Medic and the Legionary is getting 2 damage. I guess the Legionary is only getting 1.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And
then
the Blast
2.
Medic gets hit 2. And you do, in this case, you just only heal. You're only shielding the Hand of Light. As this is the first time appearing, shield is a permanent, like, extra health until it's destroyed.
Okay.
So I think we could probably keep it here under just so it's more visual for the people, like that.
Okay.
It's an skill effect that stays in there until the shield is destroyed.
Okay. And then I am going to auto attack the engineer, which is going to deal 2 additional damage and heal myself 2.
Up to your maximum, yeah.
Okay. So that's 4 damage to the engineer then.
So we do have our first casualty here. How do you feel about this, Boast? How are you taking this?
It's alright, man.
It's alright. So it's just another flesh wound. He does not need 4 characters to win this game.
Did you heal my character or should I do that?
I didn't touch it.
Okay. Do you give up, Boast? Do you feel more assaulted?
Come on, man.
Adding salt to the injury.
Okay, yeah, I can't do any more.
That's your turn. And we back to you, Boast. You do have this in effect now. This skill in effect. So if you do want to execute it.
So though, right?
Pardon?
Hold on a second. Okay, so I pulled my card, and then I'm going to move Legionary to here.
I am gonna do a rewrite on this card. And instead of you having to use its second part at the start of your turn, I'm going to be changing it for it to be during your next turn. So you can choose when to do it. You get what I mean? So you could move people in the first and before doing it. because it's more balanced in an actual scenario now.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes more sense to act that way, and it's more balanced that way than just wasting it in this scenario and just stunning someone without any benefit. So you feel go ahead to proceed.
Yeah. So it's stun every enemy and heal every ally.
Yeah, so you would be stunning those two enemies. There they are, and now you actually get to use your passive. So it is a heal of, in this case, 3. So you do heal 3 for your legendary. And
Okay.
yeah, 19?
Yeah.
Yep, you two have 2 actions left to go. You can still play a card. This just is resolving an effect from a previous turn. You did not count as playing a card.
Right.
Skill.
What does stun do?
It means he cannot activate that character for anything. No,
Okay.
play
It's
no,
not vulnerable though, so there's no like extra added effects.
no extra. It just he cannot perform any action or perform or use any card for that character in the next turn.
Okay, so I have 2 left. So I could move and I could play a card, right?
Yes, and then you still have 1 action left because the act of playing a card does not consume an action point.
Okay.
Just recall that person, individual
Rip.
dead and buried.
Okay, so I move here, play a card.
There we go. He's throwing some mines at a range of 0 or 1. In this case, we're using it as 0.
You didn't need to move.
Yeah, it has a range of 0 or 1, so you could use it from the other square, from the square where it was located.
Got it. Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna do 2 piercing to both of these guys.
Okay, I'll update that for Dvalin. So it does take 2 damage, 2 damage.
And then I will do an auto attack to whoever.
In this case, it's the Crusader.
Okay.
Look it in there. So that would be a hit of 4.
Yeah.
Minus 1 armor, so that's 3 on the Crusader. Okay. So that's that. That's your turn done. Yeah? Okay. Back just in time, Dvalin.
Hello.
What happened here was that Legionary moved in with an action. The Blast Medic finished his skill and teleported in, stunning your two people there and healing the Legionary for 3.
Mm.
Then the Infiltrator moved in, did some piercing damage to your guys, and then stabbed your Crusader.
Okay. Did you adjust the health?
Yes, I adjusted the health, so it's picking up from your start of your turn.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Deal 1 damage to target enemy. Stun and minus 1 armor until the start of your next turn. Stun and minus 1 armor until the start of your next turn. I guess that's for the enemy, right?
Yes. It's for the target of the skill. do remind yourself that the Crusader and the Shaman are stunned and cannot be, unless you cleanse one of them, you cannot move them or attack with them or play a skill that belongs to them.
That's fine. So let me see here. My cleric is dealing 2 damage. The legionary has 22. So that means I can get it down to 3 damage. Well, I mean, I can deal 3 damage. But I can stun it. 1, 2. Oh yeah. Moving in, clearing.
Cleric does walk in.
Then I am throwing out this one.
Okay.
Attacking.
Or 1. In this case, we're doing at range 0. And we are targeting someone. Who are you targeting?
Hold on. There we go. I will be targeting the healer.
Okay. So the healer is stunned and does suffer 1 damage. And -1 armor. In this case, she was at 0 already, so it does not have any effect, but it is stunned.
Yep, and then I'm dealing 1 damage to the tank. Wait. I can also heal.
Yeah, you can heal someone of one of your allies by attacking them with the healing action, or you can attack the legionary or the blast medic.
Yeah, just why can I attack the blast medic?
And blast medic, the healers in this game have a threat level of 2, so you can attack them past tanks.
Okay, well then I'm gonna attack the blast medic.
Okay, so that is a hit of 2.
Yeah.
And your cleric does get a mark.
Place 1 mark up to 6 on the hero card. For the next cleric skill you play, discard all marks and add +1 for every 2 mark. Ooh.
This triggers independently of whatever marks you have on the cleric.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you done, yeah?
Yeah, I can't do anymore.
Okay, so it's back to you, Boast. These stuns are gone. Not.
Well, did I actually not have 1 turn back?
Yeah, you do have 1 because you did 1 move and 1 attack and 1 skill, so you do have 1 more thing.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna move this guy.
And your blast medic is stunned. Boast. So Boast pondering if he can get out of this. I do think there's one thing you guys might not be as a thought churner. One potential avenue that you guys are not attempting is to do quote unquote recharge turns, where you basically recharge your hand by drawing several cards or drawing a bit. Yes, you won't do attack actions, but the attack actions don't do a lot of damage by themselves, and that way you're getting more options back into your hand with more cards. If you guys understand what I'm getting at with it.
Not at all.
Basically, at the moment, you guys exhausted your resources and you're just slapping each other with pool noodles or with whatever card that comes up in the front at the top of the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you can do a recharge turn, quote unquote, where you just don't attack, or you only do one basic attack action, but you use that turn to get more cards, so you can do you can have more options or do something better in the next turn. And
Yeah, but you got sweaty Dvalin breathing down your neck with his 4 tank healer attack battle mages.
I am not complaining about the how you guys are playing. You guys play however you feel like it. I'm just bringing up a potential avenue of play that he might not have been aware, like straight up, what's the word? Obvious to you guys. Because both of you are basically with low resources in terms of damaging skills and actually proper effects.
When someone dies, their card is still in the deck. So what happens there?
In the current rules, you basically cannot use those cards for their effects, but you can discard them to do things still. At the current rule set, that's how it sits. So could be some change around that, maybe some additional benefits to something you could do with dead hero cards. Current rule set is simply they're only there for discard purposes, so you can cycle them or get more basic actions with it and such.
Yeah, no, it feels kind of weird. It feels kind of shitty to get. Like, I was like excited to get my card, and then I get an engineer card. And then
I completely agree. That's why you can discard it to draw another one. Basically, you can cycle it.
Yeah, I get your point. It still feels shitty though. All right. What do we got here? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna dump it.
Draw a card with that. You still have 3 actions left. But yeah, do thank you for the feedback, and I do think it's something I'll work a bit deeper into making it not feel like a trash pull. If you get what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until I pulled it, and I guess this also changes once you realize that these cards are in there. But I didn't think about it until I got it, and then I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
Yeah, it's in the rule book, like it's in the rule book that you can't use it, but the current rule set would be that okay, this is cards you can't use it for its effect. You can use it to discard for some extra action or just cycle through your deck. But with the feedback in mind that it just sucks balls that it's just there and you can't do anything with it, I might add an extra effect to cards that belong to a dead hero. So like something you can only do with those cards, so that they at least have something special to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I don't know, maybe this is too much, but maybe like trading it for having an extra one of the I don't even know what to call them because they're all called skill name, but one of the like the skills like shield or heal or.
That's a good idea. I will write down.
One of those that could be kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. All right.
3 to 6 months. But this game is a game that I...
So the card discard to get another card does not count as an action, right?
Does not count as an action.
Okay.
I do think for this video, Dvalin, we're going to probably label it as like a development game, like a first playtest, and not like a proper game.
Yeah, you could just do like a
late night
time lapse.
Yeah.
Like sped up time
Do
lapse
whatever
of
you
it.
think. Yep.
I think when you want to have like a proper video, yeah, you need to have people that have played like multiple rounds, and then it's like their sort of their grudge match on it, you know, where they've both beaten each other a few times, and then it's like the one to settle, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I do think it just gives like a nice intro teaser to like this is in play test phases still.
Yeah.
And like there's placeholder art in several places and such. There's no skill names, so it does give like a nice teaser and like overview into the game.
Okay, so I can man, I don't know what to do. All these fatties in there, just sitting there being fatties. Oh, I see. This is a reactive ability. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Okay, so I have 3, and so the basic attacks they're all going to attack the cleric, right? This is the
Or the Crusader.
Or the Crusader.
Same threat level. You pick which one you want.
Okay, I will attack with all 3. Oh no, I have a healer. God damn it.
Healer can also attack. He has both icons. But it is stunned currently.
Oh, you're right. Look at that. Oh, and it's ranged.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's stunned. That's right. Okay, so then it would be the 4 from Infiltrator and 1 from the Legionary. On the Crusader, so a total of 5.
Are you hitting the Crusader?
Yeah.
So he has 1. So it's 5 total. He has 1 armor, so it does get reduced to 4. And I do believe you get a mark on your Legionary, right?
Yeah.
Wait, how much damage did he deal?
4 post armor. So after armor. 4 after armor.
Yeah, it should be 13. It was at 17.
Oh yeah.
And then I have 1 more.
Correct. I'm seeing I might need to balance the values a little bit of the Hand of the Light. He's a bit too bursty for a thick boy.
It felt a bit tough, but it's hard to tell, you know?
Yeah, true. He also drew a lot of like cards for him.
Okay, I'm gonna discard a card to get a card.
Okay. So you still have an action left. And you can spend it to draw a card if you wish, if you don't find anything else to do.
And I can play a card, right? I can play an ability?
Yeah, you can play
Okay.
an ability and a utility card.
So I'm marked Stealth. Can't see me.
Yep. So basically, you cannot target the infiltrator with attack actions or skills. AoE still hits though, but like targeting with an attack action or targeting him with a single target skill does not work. And he does get the effect he does get this effect until the end of his next turn or when he attacks. And if he does attack, it does silence the target. So it's back to you, Dvalin. This stun is gone. So you do draw your 1 card at the start of your turn. And I do encourage you, if you have critiques or feedback, to be harsh as you want to make the game good.
Wait, so this cleric card here is healing 2. Heal the cleric and all allies. Until the start of your next turn, the cleric and all allies in range 0/0 have 1 plus armor to +1 to distance of move actions.
Yes.
So basically it heals all the cards in this area with +2 health.
Yes, it does do a 2 heal around the cleric. A heal of 2 to every ally around the cleric.
And also it gives 1 armor and 1 move distance.
Yeah, until the start, basically doing his ultimate. Gives him 1 armor to everyone around, and the basically when someone does a move action, starting from the square the cleric is in, they can move 2 squares instead of 1.
Yeah, okay.
So I am seeing that it's standing out as the first specialization, the first paladin, first class that I converted does need some tweaking in their values. Because they are all beefy in health and have this quite a bit behind them.
Yeah, because I mean I could basically, if we just like move them a bit. So if I use like, I don't even need to get the paladin over, because I could basically just, because it's gonna heal everyone. I have it right.
Yeah, it's gonna heal everyone in this square. Every
But it doesn't. Oh wait, yeah. Range 0/0. Okay, that's fine for me. Okay, I'm gonna throw that one and heal everyone. So that, let me just here, +2.
And your mark gets
+2.
consumed and doesn't add anything.
So my mark doesn't do any stuff?
No, you 2 marks. For every 2 marks, it adds +1 to values. So in this case, you only had a mark because you only attacked once. So it doesn't.
Okay.
It gets consumed, but it doesn't add anything.
Okay, and then I still have 3 rounds because that was just my standard card.
Yeah.
So that means if I attack with all my 3 characters, it's 1 damage, it's 2, so that's 3 damage, and then my shaman is dealing 4 damage, so that's 3. Is that
7 total.
Yes, sorry, 7 damage. Okay, well, I'm dealing 7 damage to the blast medic.
Okay, so he is moving away. Well, we do like, let's do this step by step. I assume you're doing this all before the first attack, because we need to resolve each attack, each action 1 by 1, basically. Because right now we did 3 actions in a row, and then we're adding the damage at the end. So who are you attacking with first, Dvalin?
Well, I would attack first with my shaman.
Okay, so the Boast reacts with casting that and moving everyone away, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, to give that. So basically cancelled your attack. I do need to, that's a good point, I do need to word that better, that your basically attack gets used. So I need to reword that reactive keyword a bit.
Yeah, so my shaman still used a turn.
Yeah, he used an action and he basically wasted the attack.
Okay.
Which does waste his marks by rules logic. So he does waste his brand attack because it was consumed for his next attack action.
Okay.
Okay, so you do have 2 actions left, basically.
Well, I'll move my Hand of Lie down with the team and draw a card. Unsuccessful cancellation. Okay, but I can't use it anyway because I already used cards. Okay. Yeah, that's all my turns.
Back to you, Boast.
Well, I have to warn that we are very soon like getting really late here. It's like
That's perfect. And whenever one of you guys needs to stop, you just don't force yourself to stay, just stop. Like I said, it's the first playtest, the first time this is being played. It's mainly for feedback and just have an introductory video, not like a normal game video. But just have an introductory one to like add to the to the post that I would be sharing with the community for more playtesting to be provided. But yeah, don't feel like you need to stay here.
I don't know what you're thinking, Boast. I mean, it's over where we are sitting right now. It's 1 o'clock very soon.
Yeah. I came into this beat, but you have to call it because I'm not letting you try and say you killed my dwarf, and then that's why I quit. So.
Okay. Well, okay.
But I would agree if you want to stop soon because yeah, I'm pretty fried.
No, I mean for me we can stop now.
Like I said, we're gonna have more opportunities to play this when it's better optimized and it's gonna be more balanced and such, and you guys have a better understanding of it.
Yeah, of course.
Don't feel like you have to finish the match. It did give me a lot of good feedback the first playtest session, and I am gonna ask you guys before you go, if we do finish now, if there's like a general thought and if there's anything else you would like to bring up if we stop here.
I think you should prepare surveys every time you do a playtest, and
I'm gonna provide like a form or something.
Yeah, just so it's like targeting like the specific information you want to get out of it, and then also general stuff that people found.
Yeah, I'll have a form built for it, while like the Dvalin gets like an okay video out of a time lapse or something just to this.
Yeah. No, I just mean in general, like going forward, whenever you have one, because if you get other people to join or whatever it may be, I think this is really helpful because you'll get a lot of feedback that people either don't think of immediately, or that they don't want to like say, on a recording or something, and they want to just shoot to you privately. I think this would be really helpful. But otherwise, like I see the potential here, and within what we did, we both pulled off a couple cool plays. We both made some mistakes, but like seeing the potential of pulling off a couple plays, and Dvalin had like a pretty massive hit on one, which was good, and I think seeing this stuff really like shows the potential for it. So I think there's a possibility of getting some cool combos in there and really thinking it out, but it extends the time of turns, and maybe there even needs to be a turn timer. I don't know, because you can really like overthink what you're trying to do, because you're not just controlling one character, you're controlling four, and there's so many things that like kind of work in sync together.
Okay, I'll write down like as a potential area to explore as a rush mechanic, as in like after some X turns something happens and like starts rushing the game to a closure so it doesn't drag on.
Yeah, like the the battle royale circle or something like that. I also thought of like because at some point you might have someone that's just like running away the whole time.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
so maybe like they do in like gun game in Call of Duty, they put like an objective after the timer gets to a certain point. Then you have to go into the middle and just duke it out. Otherwise, you lose by not claiming the objective in the middle. I don't know, just some thoughts.
No,
on
I
it.
completely agree with that. It's like a lot of good feedback of potential of points that were not obvious, straight up obvious. I do agree. I did see a bit as well that the battle was basically happening here. So we probably need some sort of thing originating somewhere randomly, some turns, to force movement.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Like in a random square, something pops up and becomes collectible, a consumable, or an extra.
I did have an expansion like written down. I didn't like make the assets for monsters and artifact consumables. So like after every X turns, like a monster would spawn somewhere in one of the squares. If you kill them, you'd get a consumable or an artifact that would give you something, like maybe heal some bad effect, etc.
Yeah,
But
I think that's not a bad idea, because it can shake it up. At the same time, too, I don't know, I didn't mind. I get it as like the designer, like you're looking at like the entire, 2/3 of the board going, oh my God, it's not being used at all. But as a player, like I didn't even think about that. I was just
yeah, no,
focused on the
that's
spaces that we're in.
that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna do it in the same way that I did the talents here, as an extension add-on. So basically, it's not part of the base game. You don't need to play it, but if you do want to add some change
Yeah,
to it, you can think it's cool.
I think it's cool.
You
You
do,
could also do like Fog of War too, right?
yeah. I did think of a map module, like with like high grounds and stuff, but yeah, it was that was like another more feature creep, basically.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I do,
there's some
yeah,
cool functionality within Tabletop Simulator.
you have like, if you guys want to check this corner here, I did make the talent like module, which is just like very basic modifiers, like a very simple rule on the corner here on the table, which just adds some special skills.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that. Then you can kind of customize it a little bit, and it has that that customization, like MMORPG kind of feel to it.
Default for it is you pick one talent for each hero, and then it has like a 3 talent variation to mimic the game where one character can have 3 unique talents. But to make a point to state, I can't guarantee balance with the 3.
Yeah, it's cool. I also like that you sort of blend, like it plays out on the tabletop, sort of like a team fight in a MOBA. But it also, like, then with that you have the more RPG elements within it, so you're doing sort of the same blend that they're doing with their game, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, and have anything you want to say, Dvalin? Oh shit.
Well, I mean, see, the thing is that I like I play probably table games like one time every third year.
Yeah, I know there's people that are not board game players on a regular basis. You don't need to comment on technicalities, just what you felt of.
I have to admit, I would not have a problem with playing this game at a bar or at a friend with some beers and just relaxing. That would not be a problem for me.
Okay, it's good to hear that it does like still interest non-board game players, non-regular board game players.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't boring. The only you can say the difficult things for me and Boast probably was the full day as dads,
Yes, perfect.
and then
Fine, yeah.
it's late.
Yeah, it's just hard to like soak in all the stuff. Plus, like, there's a half a table over there with like stuff that we didn't even get to. You know?
There's even more.
Yeah.
A bunch of combinations.
Dvalin made a good pick, though, admittedly, with the team of
Yeah.
baddies.
I am gonna go around and like chunking down values, like reducing values and maybe chunking down marks, like mark values on passives, because basically you guys didn't use the passive skills of like characters that much. Like
Can you reset it real quick?
Yeah.
I was actually about to look at something. Hold on 1 second, because I was just like noticing, yeah, because like the infiltrator, who I would think would like, I don't know, have higher damage, is basically set at the same damage as his guys, although they do have the same like tankiness, I guess.
Wasn't sure. I did a throughout the board like same stat variation.
Yeah.
As like a first thing, because I wasn't sure about changing like values on a class basis, but I might have to tweak that so it feels more diverse.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's just something that caught
one
my eye.
value up by one, another one down by one.